There we go. See? See, it's working now. I'm gonna lose it! This is the year where I finally go apeshit. So, Ershin got a body through an acolyte or a spirit medium channeling her. And I think we just need to go talk to that lady again? Or something? As you can tell, I don't know where I'm going. We did run into the save spot, and let's see. There's these children. That was where the save spot is. Okay, you have to go to the Abbess's room. What room is that? Is it this one? I think this is it. I don't remember what voice I had for her, so who cares? Did the food meet your satisfaction, Ershin? Look, you wanted to talk to a god, right? If you ask me, this comes with the territory. Oh, wow, look at all the plates of food and that huge roast. All those ribs. Every god needs an offering or two, right? But very well then. Now will you tell us about Rupert and Ershin? Alright. Rupert and I are not human. We are endless. Now, who here knows what that means? How about you, little birdie? Do you know? Well, that means you were summoned here. And you were what other people call dragons or gods, right? Well, I'll be. You do know. Not bad, my little chickadee. We are called summoned from other worlds and brought here. But do you know why we are called? Well, do you, kitty? Alright then, imagine the world as a giant ship. What happens to the ship if there's no wind? The ship can't move? Very good. Maybe there's hope for you yet. Anyway, we're like that wind. We move the world. Now, imagine what you could do if you could control that wind as you pleased. That's why we have kept this village's location and what we know a secret. Were the ability to summon the endless fall into the wrong hands, it would be disastrous. Whoever can control the dragons can control the world. Which is why I need to know who betrayed our secret? Who summoned the two of you? We were summoned by the Fu Empire. The Empire knows the spell of evocation? Not exactly. The Empire has come up with its own method of summoning. That's how Rupert and I got here, but it's not perfect. They brought us here, but we were incomplete. I wasn't able to manifest completely and got stuck in that armor. As for Rupert, he was split into two by his summoning. Oh, we're Fu again. Here, I'll save my game, even though nothing happened. Well, apparently my stream is still having issues, but we are going to keep trying. Gosh. Everyone here works hard for a living, not like them young folk in the cities. Hey, don't be a-talking to me right now. I be counting these beans. Oh, be you? Oh, you be. Beans! I can do that. Whoa, hey kid.
I know you. My mom says you're the fella that's shacking up with Mammy. What's shacking up mean anyway?
Oh boy. Nothing like fishing on a sunny afternoon, eh? Well, that expression. This kind of reminds me of a guy from Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
Hey, you're that fella that Mammy's been taking care of, ain't ya? Who are ya? Where'd you come from, eh? We don't take kindly to strangers here.
Ryong? Ryong?
Mammy, what you be doing with this here?
I thought I told you to stay in the house and rest. You should not be walking about like this. This here be my cousin. His name's Ryong. He was at Kyoin and got hurt, see? He came back here and I've been taking care of him. He'll be staying with me till he's better. He got hit in the head, so if he asks us any funny questions, just be nice and answer them, okay? Come on, Ryong, let's go. Oh boy, I didn't know mean for the landlord to find out about you. There will to be repercussions. Well, it'll probably be fine. Long as we keep pretending ye be my cousin. You should be worrying more about yourself than me. Your wound ain't fully healed yet. You shouldn't be walking around in the first place. God, it's hard to read her dialogue. Split into two? What does that mean? You mean there's another Rupert out there somewhere? Is he in the Empire? Yes. But Rupert and his other half aren't separated only by distance. They're separated by time as well. By time? Are you saying that Rupert's other half is... No! Yes, Rupert's other half, the other god, is the first emperor of the Fu Empire, Fu Lu. Calling you my cousin was the first thing I thought of, but you really be... Never mind, forget I asked. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, there came to this earth a god named Fu Lu. Many were the nations of the world then, and they did make terrible war upon each other. The people of those lands prayed to Fu Lu that he may create for them a world at peace, a world with no war, Fulu heard their plea, and gathered together the nations, and thus didst he forge them into an empire, and thus didst Fulu become the first emperor. But then, after having used his powers to achieve this feat, he fell into a deep slumber, for Fulu was not complete, not whole. However, even as he dreamed, Fulu realized a terrible truth. Even were he complete, he would not be able to fulfill all the people's desires. Indeed, and why not? For people are... I'm sorry. I be just a simple farmer. I don't ken what you be saying, but... Are you telling me she's Scottish? With her accent? Why is she Scottish? That's such a weird... Whatever. But I can't stand to see you look so sad. Bless me bagpipes. I was trying to figure out what was going on with her accent until she used the word ken. I kinda ken what you're talking about. And I'm like, wait, are you gonna talk about your bairns? Like, I can't do a Scottish accent. It's too much to expect from me. Ah, good old Scotland. Living the simple life out on the moors. Now that be an odd question to ask. This here be Son Village, capital. Oh, that be far off to the east, friend. If you be looking for the mountain, this be the path you wanna take. Am I looking for the mountain? Ryong! Where do you be heading off to? You shouldn't be up, not yet. I must journey to the capital, to Cheeto. To Cheetos. Wert thou wise, woman? Thou wouldst have nothing more to do with me. Thou shouldst not involve thyself in mine affairs. But, if I didn't want to be involving myself with you, I wouldn't have helped you in the first place. Arg. What on earth could that be all about? The animals around here done get violent lately. First they was just going after the crops, but now they's attacking us too. It's back. If we can catch the monster, I'll make sure he pay for what he done to us. God, I really want to be able to do a Scottish accent. However, I have 100 million hours of DuckTales watching practice and 0 hours of actually trying to do the accent. So, have fun, everybody. I'm just like my ancestors are from Scotland, so that makes it extra funny to me. I on my white side of my family moved to Kansas from Glasgow in the 1800s. Come on, ancestors, give me your strength. Was I supposed to leave? Well, we're just gonna do that now, I guess. Alright, I guess I was supposed to actually do something in the village. Mount Yogi. Oh, you're a dog. I could not tell what this thing was from the other side. It looked like this guy was either next to a giant grub or a sleeping bag. Well, apparently I have no idea what that was about because I thought that there would be like a monster attacking the village or something, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, I guess I'll go to the mountain. I fought this rock, apparently. Oh. Fire attacks make them stronger, increasing their experience value. Wait, do I even care about getting experience with this guy? Wow. Apparently going to the mountain is not the answer. Then where's the fucketh? Yeah, what was the thing making noise? Will you tell me, Zangief? What's all the ruckus about? Yeah, that's what I want to know. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wasn't I just here? Did I go the wrong way? Oh, I guess I went the wrong way. Whoa, were those deer on their back legs? Hi, buddy. This giant mutant boar possesses superhuman strength. Wow. I don't even know if any of his techniques are more effective than just attacking this guy. Well, I know that I'll get a different HP bar by transforming anyway. Yeah, the soundtrack of this game is pretty cool. Okay, well I am stronger this way. Oh. Twould appear this be not a monster, but in truth a normal beast of the field. Mayhap this is a result of exposure to the powerful aura of the Endless. Sure, take credit for everything, why don't you? You killed that thing? You the fella that Mammy's been taking care of, ain't ya? I heard you still lied up in bed all hurt. But it looks like you're better now, eh? Oh, there's like a dog person among them. He's got a tail. Look at that. Ryong, is you alright? But even if Rupert's other half is the first emperor... He's dead, right? I mean, it's been centuries.
Not necessarily. If he is also one of the Endless, he would not die easily, and certainly not simply by the passing of years.
So, where can we find him? Even if she knew, Ershin has been asleep ever since she finished eating. Doesn't that beat all? Hey, he's just like Ray. That kid's turning out to be more trouble than I thought. Maybe more than he's worth. Ray? I don't think of Rupert as trouble or anything like that. Rupert is very special, and we've just gotten caught up with him, that's all. I don't know how to explain it very well, but the reason I'm here with Rupert right now is... It's because I want to be, that's all. Well, no matter what, we need to find out more about what's going on. And the only way to do that is to talk to Ershin some more. Let's go. She should be awake by now. Well, at least Nina's nice. Man, the track for this area, like, doesn't loop properly. It's weird. It just sort of ends, and then the song stops for a few seconds, and then it starts up again. That's strangely clumsy for a game like this. Ershin, wake up, please. Looks like she ain't getting up for nothing.
Well, there is a way to wake her, but...
Forcing a god awake is not the safest thing to do.
Were she to wake up in a bad mood, the results could be unpleasant for us. She can be woken the same way you freed her. Simply travel into her dreams and wake her from there. Do you want to try? Very well then. As before, lay your hands on Ershin and close your eyes. I would like to ask everyone here that if you need to wake me up, don't do it this way. I'd prefer it if you didn't go to my dreams. I wish I dreamed about snakes last night. I had a crappy dream last night. It sucked. Whoa. Gulper, huh? Knows many spells, but doesn't seem to have enough AP for them. Yeah, you don't want to go to my dreams. The puzzles suck. Manly clothes. Resurrects wearer once and then is destroyed. Holy crap! You die, but then your clothes just burst right off of you. So you are back from the dead, but you are now naked. Huh. Yeah, this is part of Ershin's dream. I was like, what part are you talking about? What do you think Kieri's dreams are about Buwaro? What part of the narrative there? I was waiting with bated breath. Like, what do you think her dreams are about? Bated breath. Bated bread. That is true. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. Oh man. Oh, okay. Drat. I was just having a good dream and you have to show up.
humans have the you humans. You humans have the worst manners. I'm sorry, Ershin. There's something we wanted to ask you. Let me guess. Oh, mighty goddess. Tell us what we should do. Am I right? Huh. That's always the way it is, isn't it? Can't you figure it out for yourselves so you come pester us? I'm sorry. What's up with this world anyway? I've never heard of a world where they needed to summon gods in the first place. I mean, why can't you handle your own problems yourselves? Why do you have to drag us all the way here to do it for you? I guess there's no use complaining about it. What's done is done. It's not that we don't know how you feel. It's just that we're kind of at a loss as to what to do, you know? I bet you are. I guess I would be too, what with two incomplete gods following you around. But understand this, my striped friend. What happens to you is tied up with what happens to your little friend Rupert there. Rupert is the missing half of the Emperor. He was meant to become one with the Emperor and use his power for the Empire's benefit. If the Empire manages to control a god, it'll mean another war. We can't let them have that kind of power. What will be, will be. Still, if part of the Emperor is in Rupert, that means that part of Rupert is in the Emperor. The two halves will meet. That destiny cannot be changed. However, if Rupert is as strong as the Emperor then... If he's as strong as the Emperor, you mean he might be able to stop the Emperor from doing what he wants? Something like that, little bird. But what do we have to do to make Rupert stronger? Don't worry, there's a way. For that, though, I'll need to wake up. That means you have to get out of here. I can't wake up as long as you're in my dreams. Can you talk to these guys? I'm glad I did. What? We all look alike, you say? That's because this is the kind of man Deus likes. Wait, that's her actual name? Isn't that... That's the lady from the previous game, isn't it? I had a feel... She looked kind of like Blue, but I don't really remember the relationship of Blue to, like, Deus. They're kind of similar, right? But, like, Blue was a Naga. Or a Lamia. Ershin? No. That's Deus. Okay, Blue is Deus? Did they change the name at some point? I guess it's a localization thing. We're so happy to be given the chance to serve Deus. Oh, Deus, you're so beautiful, like a goddess. This world revolves around Deus. Since this is a dream, we can pose like this as long as we want and not get tired. Deus is so beautiful. She's like something out of a dream. Come to think of it, so am I. Ha ha ha. Since she was trapped for so long, Deus is kind of letting herself go in her dreams. Ha 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 ha. I'm better looking than you, and I've got more muscles. Oh, you had the dragon's eye. I see. That's how you're able to walk in people's dreams. Interesting. All right. I forgot that Nina did that. I see. That's some good storytelling. The hunks wear the manly clothes and then they blast off of them. Knockout gas! You gotta get out of this dream. Right in front of the exit. Come on. Boy, I'm lucky you didn't use that on Sias. On, Dogman. Wow, my characters didn't take a single step. It was like literally right in front of the exit. Shaggy's a good name for that guy. We will call the dog man Shaggy. I could have used a little more sleep, but I guess there's work to be done. Well then, shall we go? What did I just tell you? You're going to need help if you want to go through with this. There's a shrine around here you use to summon the Endless, right? What? Oh, yes. Oh, the Yorie Shrine. Okay, Rupert, that's where we're going. We have to call the other dragons. Dragons were once gods, just like us. You could say we're distant cousins. We'll call them, and you ask them to help you out. Does this mean that you'll help Rupert as well, Ershin? I suppose so. It's not like I've got anything better to do. By the way, you can keep calling me Ershin if you want, but my real name is Deus. Deus? Ershin is what that armor called me. I think it means master, in the language of the Empire. Deus Ex Machina. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we need to be getting to the Yorie Shrine. I don't have access to my full power in this body. I'll need you to protect me. The Yoriei Shrine is in the mountains to the west of here. Alright. Can we go say hi to the armor? The eyes lit up. Aw. Yeah, what a bummer. Alright, we gotta get Ryu up to level 60 so he can evolve into a Dragonite. Oh wait, is that level 55? Oh, hey, Ershin! Ershin! Where are you going? Why are you leaving Ershin behind? Oh, brother, you mean you can still move? It would appear so. This is the armor I was trapped in, see? Some of my power, must have rubbed off on it, enabling it to move and talk by itself. Hee I am saddened by the fact that you have left, Ershin. Oh yeah? I couldn't be happier now that I'm out of there. Good riddance, I say. Ershin? I mean, Deus? Are you sure you just want to leave him? Don't you want to take him with us? Are you kidding? You want me to get back inside that tin can? Forget it. You can just stay where you are. You're a suit of armor. Start acting like one. Does this mean you no longer need Ershin? Huh? Well... I see. It would appear that that was an inappropriate time to laugh. Nina, what should I do in order to act like a suit of armor? Well, let me see. Armor is meant to protect the person wearing it, right? If you ask me, that's what acting like armor means. For now, Ershin, I think you should wait in the village until we get back. Ah! I wanted to talk to Ershin. Whoa, cool. Normally attacks with tusks and hooves, but also uses howling. Wait, I think that was my least favorite move in the previous game. I think howling was the one that made my characters confused. There it goes. These spores do look cool, though. Whoa, cool. Fiend. Not only has a vicious attack, but uses death against its enemies. Whoa. What is going on with that art? There's a clearer look at his face, because it was a tree branch blocking it before. Wow, look at his hair moving in the wind. And there's one of the robots from the previous game. Interesting. A powered-up bot with a limited power supply. That's a weird pose to take for a ramming attack. Yeah, Sias is really cool. Is it true that, I think in the original script he was kind of a drunk or something, but they took it out of the localization? I haven't really looked it up because I'm afraid of accidentally seeing a spoiler. Yeah, I do like him having a stutter and none of the characters remarking on it. Ooh. I am wondering if Shaggy, the dog man, was a drunk in the original Japanese. I think I remember that being a thing, but I haven't looked it up in years because I wanted to play the game. And I didn't want to get spoiled. Oh, cool. Alright. I did remember that right then. Awesome. Thank you very much for looking that up for me. Whoa. Oh, well, screw you, actually. Dang it! Oh, you were so close to dying, too. Oops. Right into the ceiling. Well, I can tell you that the controls are a little bit clumsy feeling. I'm gonna have to actually see how it is. I will test it out once we are out of the battle. Howdy, JD. Welcome. Well, I was still having streaming issues earlier, but it seems to have mostly sorted itself out. Fingers crossed. Nice. Let's see. Oh boy. Up is like a diagonal. It was like straight up. Like actually up. Up. It's like, that's up, down, left, right, left. But the world is a bit slanted, right? Or correct? So that's why it's a little difficult. Because they travel in diagonals, I guess. Oh, the body bursts open. Didn't think that was going to happen. Bot. This robot's arm has malfunctioned, making it dangerous. ZZZ, Pozy. Oh, I got Aurum as an item. What is Aurum? Aurum. Magical metal can be used in camp to learn skills from skill scroll. Okay, the magical metal on it broke. That's what it's talking about. Oh? Have a good night, X. This mechanical soldier has Aurum. I should probably give Ryu a new sword. The double hit was good for a while, but I think that it's getting too weak now. He's not doing very much damage. Oh, wait, I can't land on it from this side. Wait, Nina has wings, just tell her to fly up there. Wow, she's not even facing the robot and she parried it. Wow, that thing's fast. No, Nina! Oh. Shaggy's mad now. Thanks for nothing, Shaggy. As he's powering up, Cray gets the kill. No, no, I didn't want you to do that, honey. No, no. Please don't do that, honey. Thank you. I see. I wonder where we would want to go. Ah, the music in this place sucks. It's so repetitive. So I peeked at somebody else's stream the other day, and I saw that they had, like, a channel point reward for, like, say something negative about a topic, or positive about a topic. And it was, like, 1,000 channel points per thing. And I guess that makes sense for, like, you have a stream with lots of people, right? Then, you know, you get your message, like, highlighted or something. Or like, he feels obligated to answer that. But we don't have big crowds here, so I just want to say that if y'all ever have a question for me, especially when I'm just doing some dungeon crawling, feel free to ask. You don't have to pay any points. I'm opinionated. I'll talk about whatever. An insult? No, I'm not asking for an insult. I'm just saying that if you want me to, like, for example, there would be, like, say a negative opinion about Yu-Gi-Oh! That would be, like, something that they paid 1,000 points to get the person to say something negative about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I suppose it could also be, like, 1,000 points to say something positive about something. And maybe the appeal is that once you know the guy, and, you know, again, besides the fact that they're popular, so, like, you're getting attention or you're making them obligated to answer your question, like, you may get to know the person, and then you're, you know, just, like, you're ribbing them, right? You're saying, like, well, I know that you love Yu-Gi-Oh! So now you have to say something bad about it. The hottest character in this game? That would be the dog guy. He's the most appealing. Prey's pretty good too, but, like, his abs are, like, they're, like, so well defined that it's kind of weird looking to me. There's a lot of just, like, super beefed out characters in this game, and I think that it's great, but it's also, like, just funny because I'm thinking about a world where these people there's just super ripped people walking around. And I guess that's our real world too if you go to a certain place. Oops. Damn it! Oh, there's treasure down there. I want that. The least hot person in this game. The old man with the big, who looked like a Muppet? The Sesame Street looking old man who wants to attack Fulu. That's probably the least hot. Deus is also quite mean, it's true. I will say that I think people who are toned and have muscles are definitely, like, appealing, especially in, like, an artist's way. I don't know, like, they look cool. Like, I see muscly people in, like, Dragon Ball or, like, Dragon Quest or something and other things, and of course muscles are appealing, but they're not my thing, you know what I mean? I like body types. All sorts of body types are nice. It's just in terms of, I don't even think, for me, I'm not even thinking of, like, the dog guy as hot. I'm just like, he's, like, just the most appealing looking to me. In terms of personality, I guess the person I would want to hang out with the most is Nina, because she's nice. Nina will actually, like, talk to me. Everyone else will just kind of be a shithead. Oh, I gotta change my settings to not censor my swearing. Honestly, in order to play it safe, I should probably leave this place and come back. Because now I have two characters who died and have lower HP, and Mina's running out of her magic, so we'll just do that. We're not too far from the exit. Keep the questions coming, though, because I could keep ranting. Yeah, like, I feel like I don't necessarily have a type, right? Because I guess that implies that it's like, who would I like to date? But the answer is that I don't want to date anybody. Girls are cute, boys are fun, but I don't really judge people that way, if that makes sense. It's just kind of like, well, if I like the person, then I like the person. Gender, I barely knew her. On the other hand, Kray's tail is so thick and caterpillar-like that it reminds me of Gil. So far, I think that this game is a lot better paced than 3 was. My problem with 3 is that it felt very aimless. Like we were just kind of doing one thing after another, but there wasn't really like an overarching goal to anything to really tie it together. It was just a series of events, which, a lot of RPGs are built that way, in which you just have these little goals that you keep moving on to the next thing, but I think the problem is that with that game, and that other RPGs do better, is that you need to have, even though you have these minor goals that are pulling you to the next dungeon, and then in the next minor plot point, and then in the next thing, you should, I feel, establish fairly early on, like, a big goal, a really big overarching thing that may take the whole game to accomplish, but it's like the really big accomplishment that your party wants to do. And in Breath of Fire 3, like, that just didn't exist for most of the game. It was just bumblefucking around for most of it, and I was just like, why are we doing any of this? I mean, it's funny, I guess so, but there's just not, like... I kept wondering, like, what the point was. Like, why are we doing all this stuff? And then it turns out that, like, I was interested in the fact that there wasn't even, like, a save the world plot happening. The world is actually kinda okay. Like, maybe not as good as it could be, but it was not under imminent threat of anything. It was just a journey of self-discovery, which is fine, I suppose, but it just didn't go heavily enough into that. Like, that was, I don't know, it was just so meandering. And this feels like, okay, you're doing a better job of establishing what the world building is like, how this place is laid out, the mystery of what Ryu is like, the mystery of what Fulu is, and then you're actually telling me, like, oh, they are part of these summoned gods, and it feels just a lot more interconnected and clear. It is best if we wait here, is it not, Ershin? Alright. I'm bad at playing this game and trying to read the chat at the same time. Maybe I should just move forward and start battling things, and then I can catch up. Anyway, I did really enjoy Breath of Fire 3, but it felt like a series of jokes kind of strung together haphazardly than an actual story that it wanted to tell. Like, it felt like a lot of little scenarios, a lot of little jokes, a lot of little, like, fun things, but not really, like, a strong, cohesive plot with something to say. And this feels more like it has something to say, at least for now. It feels more thoughtfully put together. Oh yeah, the jokes was really funny. The dolphin was funny. Oh yeah, and going back to the previous question about like finding characters hot or whatnot, like I found through drawing art in private and talking to friends that I do like admit that I have a slight inclination towards women, but even that doesn't extend to real life. It's very much in like the art and fantasy zone. And then when it comes down to like personalities, I just don't really think of people that way. It's just like, well, if they're this person, then I like them or I don't like them. It doesn't really matter what if they are male, female, non-binary, or whatnot. That feels just so like that's so secondary or even tertiary. Like that's not what I am trying to judge people by at all. Like there's just so many other things that are more important to me, especially when it comes to like making friends or something. I don't care. Like that's just like flavor information. That's not what I'm basing relationships on. Friend, enemy, frenemy. So what it comes down to ends up being more of a preference for like what I want to draw. But even then, like when I think about like shipping characters, right? I like gay ships, but I also like hetero ships. Like I think that those can be really cute, and I think that heterosexual people deserve better. Because God, there's a lot of bad heterosexual romances in media. Everybody needs to help them, because oh my God, there's so many bad stories out there. Ladies, please. I can see that sort of narrative hurting bisexual people too, because I have seen people online complain that they don't like jokes where people will say like, "Oh, I can't wait to leave my husband in order to be gay or something, to be truly bi or something." And it's like, well, man, like I don't know, that's just so mean. Like, if you love somebody, don't you love them? Like, what does it matter if what does their gender matter then? Like that feels just so. I don't know. I feel that society can do better than that. Oh, you have to have Ryu in your overworld party, but he doesn't have to be in your actual fighting party. That's interesting. Yeah, I agree. I am really looking forward to the comic that you are making, Princess. Because I know that it's going to be really cute. And I really like all the different races that you've made for it already. And it's true, a good relationship, romantic, aesthetic, platonic, sexual, should be full of respect and communication, and spending time with your best friend and stuff like that. So, I don't know, everybody just deserves better stories, whether they're gay or hetero or what. This is reminding me that a long time ago, what I really wanted out of a game somewhere is like not like a dating sim where the person that you are playing is not the one who is involved in the dating pool at all. That you play somebody, but you're not actually trying to get a date, or you're not actually having a relationship with anybody. The point of the game is to be more like a guardian angel that helps other people like form relationships. That's the game I want. That's like the asexual, or rather aromantic wish fulfillment game that I want. I don't want to be dated in the dating sim. I want to make other people date. That's how I play Fire Emblem. LOL. Ha 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 ha. Soul Ring. Yeah, like a matchmaking sim. Does that exist? Like, I want to play a character, but don't date me. Or maybe I'm not even a character. Like, I'm just a force, an invisible stand that helps people form connections. Not like forces them. That's weird and creepy. But more like maybe a character is shy, so you help things happen. So like they find the bravery to write the love letter or something, or the love letter, like the wind blows it in somebody's direction and a connection happens or something. Like, that sounds really cute. Did I already have a... Oh, Soul Ring. Increases the wearer's concentration points by 50%. I don't know what concentration points are. I hate it when I get stuff in games and I don't know what they do. I guess, like, if I had the manual, it would tell me. Okay, now we can take the upper path. I will admit that I haven't played very many dating sims at all. It is a genre that I feel like I probably should play just so I could see more romance or something. But what Barnum described did remind me of Harvest Moon, where if you don't date somebody, or you don't end up marrying someone in Harvest Moon, some people have their like canonical partners that they end up with anyway. Well, I do know one that I really need to play, and that one is Hatoful Boyfriend. Ooh, wow, that captioner. The pigeon one. Also, shout out to the one with the disabled girls, which is a miracle that it happened at all, and a miracle that it's not bad. It's actually a pretty good story. At least some of them are. Oh, come on, Cray. Yeah, Katawa Shoujo. That one is actually really good. Well, at least I really like the story with Lily and Hana. And then there's the girl who doesn't have arms, and that one was a pretty interesting story. And the one where the girl who doesn't have legs, that one was really funny. That was pretty good too. Unfortunately, the deaf girl has the worst story of all of them. They're all written by different people. So I just feel like whoever had that story dropped the ball. Yeah, isn't it strange? Oh yeah, honestly, I heard about it and I was really wary of it too, but I thought like, well, I guess I'll play it and I won't tell anybody, and then if it sucks, then, you know, what have I lost? Oh yeah, I screwed this up. No. Oh, you could have made it, Shaggy. But then I found myself like really addicted to it, and I just binged all of it, and I was like, okay, and I went to my friend who is deaf, and I said, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but please give this a shot, and they really liked it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this rules, actually. This is actually a really good story about disabled people. It just happened to spawn from 4chan somehow. But Shizune, yeah, the deaf girl, her storyline's just not very good. It's very boring. Really? Well, I'm an adult. I told you that I looked at the adult scenes. But I do appreciate that they have that as an option. Because, of course, it's not essential to understanding the story. They just had a good time and you weren't looking. That's what the main character and Lily would do. They just hang out and they're touching fruit. Lily is blind, so she wouldn't be looking at the fruit. They would just be holding a pineapple and talking about it. Honestly, speaking as an Ace Arrow person, that sounds like a lot of fun. Is to get a bunch of fruit. Weird fruit and talk about it. It's not fruit, but I've shared this story a lot because I think it is important, and it is actually one of the most, like, low-key fun things I've done. Is one time when I was in Japan on vacation, a friend and I went to the food floor of a department store in Tokyo, and we just bought bunch of different kinds of. Oh wait, what am I doing? Wait, I do want to go up here. Yeah, I am going up here because I already got the treasure, right? Oh, dang it. You think they could make it to that corner? Ugh. I'm too interested in the conversation now, so I'm going in circles. That's okay, though, because the more we fight, the more experience we get, which means the easier the game is, right? So, it's fine. Uh-oh. I take it back. These guys are scary. Hello, Null. And hello, Donkey Kong. So to restart my story, my friend and I went to the food level of a department store in Tokyo, and we got a bunch of pudding. Lots of different kinds of little bottles and containers of pudding, and we took it back to our hotel room, and we just ate a bunch of different kinds of pudding. It was amazing. I loved it. But in case you are not familiar, that there are big department stores in Tokyo, you know, like multi-level floors of shopping, kind of like a mall, but all one store, I guess, with clothes and other things. But there's usually a floor or two dedicated to food, like a food market, and also like souvenir foods that you could buy if you're on a vacation, like a tourist or maybe a businessman or something. And they have like a whole, just like, I don't know, kind of food in Japan that is packaged specifically so everything is individually wrapped so you can distribute it to your coworkers or family members or friends or something. And that's how you can get all sorts of different kinds of little puddings or cookies or mochi or waffles or stuff. It's amazing. And I haven't done that again. I've been to Japan twice since I last did that, but for some reason it just hasn't come up. And now that I feel like I've said this story to people a couple times, like very recently, and now I'm like, wait, why don't I do that again? I just want to do that again. I just want to eat a bunch of pudding. It is, but I will tell you that I really don't like that weed is highly criminalized in Japan, because if I could be high in Japan, that would just be fucking perfect. Tokyo is a lot of fun, but at this point I've spent so much time there that after I'm there for like a day or two, I'm like, I actually want to be somewhere else. I hesitate to say bored because I feel like it's impossible to be bored in Tokyo because it's so big and so dense and there's so much to do. But I still find myself wishing like, oh yeah, I've done this before. I want to go somewhere else. Tokyo is immense. One of my trips that I have done to Japan since I stopped living there was just a Tokyo trip, and that was for budget reasons. I had a lot of friends who wanted to go, but we couldn't really afford to go many different places, so we stuck to Tokyo for the entire trip. And I did actually kind of like that. I got to spend a lot of time with my friend who lives there and her family. So, this is where the endless are summoned. It's permeated with a powerful aura. I can feel it. Countless gods, dragons. I bet we'll be able to speak to the dragons here. Don't worry, it's not too hard. Remember how you freed me from that armor? It's just like that. Alright, here we go. Close your eyes. What is this? I feel a presence. 'Tis like unto one of the endless. Doth it mean the time hath come? Bean lady.
Huh?
I bet Mammy be in the field down there like she always is. Do you feel that? It was like a tremor. Oh yeah, the Scottish village. My cart gun fell over when everything started shaking. What do you want? Why don't you mind your own business? We can take care of ourselves. Now what? The mountain yonder is starting to act up. Ah, Ryong. Is something amiss? The mountains over there started smoking. Looks like it might be making ready to blow. Whenever that there mountain starts smoking, it means the god of the mountains angry at something. God? Yeah? They say there be a god living in the mountain, inside the mountain, and that if he gets angry, there'll be a horrible disaster. At least, that's what the stories say. Where ye be going? I doth wish to meet with this god. There goes Fulu off to find Sasquatch. A god, eh? This wild boar uses Blitz without caring how much damage it takes. Okay, well here's the thing about the United States. It's very big. The United States is very big. It has a lot of cool stuff in it, but also a lot of, you know, crappy stuff to it. It doesn't seem very special to us, I suppose, because we live here. But the United States is a place with a lot of natural beauty, and if you do go to particular big cities, then they can be pretty rad. Like, I do think that New York City is a pretty cool place to visit. It has a lot of good museums, a lot of good food. But yeah, and then the other states, the other states may not have a whole lot going on in them, but in terms of natural beauty, there's beautiful state parks and such like that. Cairn. This creature will flee combat if not attacked. Cairn is waiting patiently. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Of course, there's always a big difference between the places that the tourists go and the places where the people live, right? When it comes to like the places where the people live, there's a wide variety of like, oh, this is nice, and oh, this is a nightmare. Black goo. Changes spells it uses to match opponents' weaknesses. When it comes to foreign countries that I want to travel to, I would really like to go to Germany, because I want to taste the food. I like German food. I want to eat lots of good German food, and I also want to go to Eurofurence. I think that's in Germany. I would love to go someday. I think that would be great. I don't think I could reasonably bring a whole lot of merchandise with me, so I guess if I were to do that, it would be more like I would change my stock to be a bit more, I don't know, about my comic side of things. And I would also really like to go to China, but with that one, I don't know if I would want to like sign up for a tour or maybe try and reconnect with some of my friends who are Chinese and are more familiar with going to China or being in China, because I have a couple friends who are actually like from China, like their families are from China. But I've kind of drifted apart from them in years, so. Thou art the one that claimeth to be a god? Be God, who you tiny man. Thou art not a god. Thou art but a mere shadow, something that hath drunk of the dregs of the power of the gods, and believe that doing so maketh you a god yourself. Thou hast been affected by our and the others' power, that is all. Me not understand Pewdie Man talk funny. Does Pewdie Man think me stupid? Perhaps. Perhaps the world needeth not the gods. What sayest thou? Puny Man not making sense. Me not understand Puny Man. Me kill Puny Man. Marl. A sentient rock which can animate other rocks. But I would also like to go to the Philippines. I almost went to the Philippines a few years ago, but that fell apart and I went to Japan again instead. That one I would really want to go someday, and maybe with family. If I could tag along with my older brother, I might do it. But I don't know if that'll ever happen, or when that'll ever happen. Maybe when my nephew is older. Because my mother's side of the family is from the Philippines, and I went once when I was a kid in elementary school. But Japan is the foreign country that I go to the most just because I'm very familiar with it. I have friends who live there, and I just like Japanese stuff. I like Japanese culture. I'm familiar with it. I'm learning the language, etc. Hmm. You got any like area of effect attacks, buddy? Whatever. Learning Japanese is really tough. I honestly don't keep up with it as much as I should, and that's why I don't really feel like I make a whole lot of progress. So it's just sort of a light hobby for me. I'm having fun slowly playing through Ace Attorney games with my friend, and that's about it for me. I listen to things in Japanese, like anime and stuff, and, well, it's just really hard to invest a lot of time in something if you're kind of just doing it for fun. Like, I don't think learning Japanese would have a strong effect on my career or anything at this point. So it's just something that I do because it's entertaining. You know, I keep meaning to check if I'm going to study tonight, because I didn't actually ask him. Yeah, let me see. There's that too. Like, I don't really have any practical application of Japanese in my everyday life, and I don't live there anymore. So my ability to like really integrate it into my brain is extremely limited. And you know, I'm very busy with a lot of other stuff that I'm doing in terms of work and everyday life. So it's just, you know, I guess at this point it's not so much like I'm trying to make it get fluent. It's more like I'm keeping it around to like maintain the level that I do have because it's just fun. As long as you stick to big cities, navigating Japan without knowing any Japanese is very easy because big cities like Kyoto and Tokyo and Osaka have a lot of English around on their signs. And while not a lot of people speak English very well, um, if you seek out people who work in tourism, then your chances are a lot higher of finding somebody you can communicate with, even if it's somebody just like running the information booth at a station or somebody checking in guests at a hotel. The endless are summoned to this sphere. This changeth the very balance of nature herself, flooding the world with energies both powerful and dangerous, and doth cause those beings easily influenced by it to think themselves gods. What then do mortals thinketh? I think one of the most valuable things that has happened to me in my life as a result of learning a bit of Japanese, I would say that I'm intermediate level, but I've been intermediate level for like more than a decade at this point. I'm just totally stagnant, and my speaking ability is total trash as opposed to being able to read and even listen. Like speaking is just so difficult. The grammar just does not come to my brain at all. But the most valuable thing to happen to me is that my best friend growing up in middle school and high school, her family immigrated from Japan and moved to California, and that's how I met my friend. Like, we were in school together, and her mom is trilingual. She is fluent in Japanese and Mandarin Chinese, and her third language is English. But she has a very thick accent, and, you know, Chinese and Japanese are very, very different from English, so she does know English, but it's hard. And then I started learning Japanese, and she basically, like, once I got to the point where I'm like, oh, you can just speak to me in Japanese. And she didn't say it this way, but she very much had, like, a feeling of, like, oh, thank God. Like, I'm just not going to screw around with that language anymore. I'm just going to speak to you in Japanese now. And she's a very sweet lady, so of course she did not say it that way. But since then, she's just like, yep, I'm just going to use Japanese with you now. Way easier. Not that she's ever talking to me about anything complicated. It's always very basic stuff, but she just doesn't use English anymore. And that's been nice, honestly. It's been very, very nice. Hey, you, like, obliterated that boulder before. You're telling me you're too good to do that now? Whatever. I want that. I guess I can't have that. What? You? What did you do? What do you do to the god of the mountain? Normal folks don't be going around doing stuff like that. Who are ya? No, what are ya? Whoa, these people all look pretty cool. I thought you'd show up I thought you'd show up if we called to you here. Darn. I thought you'd show up if we called to you here. You're the dragons that watch over this world, right? Indeed, young dragon. Thou hath already met us. I am Paung Ryong, the Wind Dragon. As you probably already know, I called you here so we could talk about Rupert here. The Yoroi dragon, he whose role is not yet set. As you know, Rupert is incomplete. I'd like you to share your power with him. If he is able to gain the powers of the ancient dragons, then maybe Rupert can become whole. What are you, a sausage grinder? Or I guess a meat grinder so you can make sausage? Whilst we do not seek to see thee fail in thine endeavored, Deus, know this, thou who art without form of thine own. As thou art aware, the other half of the Yoraye dragon be the first emperor of the Fu Empire, Fu Lu. Already he hath awakened. Rupert shall become complete. By joining with Fu Lu shall he do so. This destiny he cannot escape. What do you mean he can't escape it? We don't want him to join with his other half. That's why we called you. To help us prevent that from happening. This might be a stupid question, but why do you want to prevent Rupert from meeting the Emperor? Is it really that bad? Listen, dear. You remember what the Abbess and Czech told you about the Pillars of Light and all, right? Think about it for a second. Here, we've got Rupert, just born fresh out of the gate. On the other hand, we've got Fu Lu, who built the Empire and has been alive for centuries. Whose light do you think is bigger, is stronger? You mean, if they merge, Rupert will be swallowed up and by Fu Lu and disappear? Hear us, Deus. We who watcheth over this sphere must e'er strive to maintain a position of neutrality. It matters not which becometh a god, does it not? It matters a lot to me. Once he becomes a full god, I need Rupert to send me back to where I came from. Thou wouldst use the god's power for thine own benefit? And how are the people in this world any different? They yank us from our worlds and make us into their gods. They make us work for their benefit. Are you trying to tell me I should stay like this, in this borrowed body forever? Hey, I want to talk to you. Not just anyone can pacify the god of the mountain. Who are you? What are you doing here? Mammy says you're her cousin that been a guard in Kyoin. But I bet that ain't true, now is it? Now, don't be worrying your head. Or little things like that. We should just be glad that the mountain's quieted down, right? Ryong, you must be tired. Go back home and rest a spell now, eh? Ryong, you must be tired. Who do you think he is, coming to my village like that? Mumble grumble. You stopped the mountain? Well now, that's pretty impressive. How'd you do that, hmm? Looks like the mountain's gone quiet again. Do you have something to do with it? If the mountain had kept going on like it was, we could have been in a spot of trouble. What was the rumbling a while back? If you got nothing else to do, you should try fishing, son. It's mighty relaxing. Oh wait. If you be well enough to walk around, why ain't you working like everyone else? Everyone around here has got a key in their keep, you know? Methinks it not be wise that we persist in this relationship. Ryang. Don't let what the landlord said bother ye. All the folks in the village are thankful for ye did, and so am I. He be this way, Sarah. 'Twould appear I might... Oh. 'Twould appear I must needs fight mine way out. Nay, mayhap I can still escape, unnoticed by yon soldiers. Hide under the bed. What is this? What matter is this village to me? Why dost I hesitate? My path be clear. Defeat yon troops, and make mine way to Cheeto. And yet... So this is where you've been hiding him, eh? Hiding? We didn't know he was wanted. I told all the folks in the village to get anything that could be used as a weapon. We'll help you capture him, alright? Mammy? Thou wouldst do such a thing? Thou wouldst protect me, hinder their attempts to engage me? Thou art taking a great risk. What wilt thy fellows think of thee? I knew as soon as I saw ye, that there was something different about ye. And I thought, maybe if you hid out here with me, you might be able to live a normal life with me. I know it's silly. It cannot be. But I wished so hard it would. Forgive me. I never should have made you stay here. Mammy, what ye be doing? Open the door. The oven wall be broken. Ye can crawl through it to get outside. Hurry! When you get outside, go to the shrine in the woods. Be careful they don't see ye. There be a road behind the shrine ye can use. Go, while you still can. Hehe. Who'd have thunk that the cracked world come in handy like this, eh? The crack in the oven wall isn't very large, but you could probably fit through. There was only this woman inside. You weren't hiding Fulu, were you? You were hiding Fulu, weren't you?
Did you live with him? Take her back to Astana. You may be able to use her in the Caradade.
Uh-oh. Thou sayest thou shalt return to thine own world, Deus. Thou sayest this as thou knowest not our way. Once we have served our purpose, once our time as gods hath passed, we become as you see us now, dragons. And thus do we watch over the world. 'Tis our fate, and thine. Fate! You keep using that word. Is that all you can talk about? Look, are you going to help us or not? In case you've forgotten, unlike you, neither I nor Rupert are complete. I, for one, have no intention of turning into some ugly dragon and spending the rest of my days watching over this stupid planet. Verily, thou art imperfect. It be both in our power and nature to succor thee. However, the Yoroye dragon, Rupert, will meet with his other half, Fulu. That destiny cannot be avoided before that destiny be fulfilled. Seek thee our true selves, that thee might gain our power. Where can we find you all? Once before we have met in the barren sands. I regret any harm I may have caused thee then. We live within and throughout the world. Seek us out that thee might have our strength. When Rupert joins with his other half, mayhap our strength will be of use. Just tell me one more thing. When you were all brought here, didn't any of you think about trying to get back home? One cannot swim against the river of fate, Deus. Come what may with Rupert, we shall watch o'er the fate of this world. Sweet, you are now able to draw upon the Wind Dragon's power. You learned Rainstorm. Fate, huh? They make it sound like they wanted to come here. Deus, why do you want to return to where you come from so strongly? Is it because you don't like it here? What about you, Rupert? Of course I want to get out of here. Think about it, little birdie. What would you do if you were suddenly pulled into some world you've never even heard of and asked to become their god? I think I do my best to help the people of that world. Oh, brother. Anyway, our priority now is to get Rupert strong enough so he has a chance against Fulu. We've got to find the dragons and help them to help and get them to help us. All right. I have to walk all the way back? Oh, there's another... Wait, did I just not see that one? Oh, I just didn't see that one. Dang it. Well, first I'm gonna get that stretch and get that hydration. Thank you, Katie. Oh, stretch. Alright, let's get that treasure chest before we leave this place. Yeah, I gotta say, those are the weirdest looking dragons I've ever seen. Like, ever. I think those are the weirdest things I've ever seen called dragons in my life. Hell yeah. Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah, their spirit forms are so distinct, though. It's so interesting that they, like. I guess we'll see what the really dragony form will look like, because the wind dragon looked more like a dragon when we actually saw it, but then it had like the mental projection of an octopus or something, and I guess those were all just the mental projections of whatever these dragons are going to look like. Just such interesting and unique designs, though. I'm not calling it bad. Just like, wow, I don't think I've seen anything like it before. There you are. Magic shard. Am I even going to use you? When I was younger, I actually had the opinion that I wished, like, artists would quit screwing around sometimes and just make, like, a dragon that looked cool instead of something that looked weird. Just weird, boring opinions I had when I was a teen, preteen, and child. Like, I can see myself being a little frustrated that the dragons didn't look cooler as a kid or something. Instead of, like, a sausage grinder, a Teru Teru Bozu. That little thing that you hang up to summon sunshine and the rain in Japan. Like, it looked like a little tissue paper ghost. Oh, I have to go around. A sausage grinder. Some guy with a hat. An octopus. A plant dude. It's just so out there. I can't think of any good examples, but there was just a feeling I had sometimes as a kid. Like, things would be too weird in the art, and I kind of just wished it was a bit more typical. But I haven't had that feeling since I've grown up, and my my taste in art has developed, and I have become a lot more appreciative of being unique and creative. I found a gun. Have a good night. I was talking to Princess about this last night, and here's a topic of conversation for y'all. Did you ever have any weird opinions as a kid that you just grew out of when it comes to things like favorite animals or favorite colors? And I'll go first. When I was a kid, for example, I thought that dogs with pointy ears were a lot cooler than dogs with floppy ears. But then I adopted a dog that had floppy ears, and now I love them. Floppy ears rule. Just weird kid opinions like that. I also used to not like pigs or boars. And in my defense, they're usually depicted in a very unflattering way in media. But now I like them. I do like pigs and boars. When I was younger, I hated the color yellow, but now I like the color yellow. I also didn't like pink, but that was due to like gender things. But now I'm like, you know what? Pink is nice. Pink is good. Pink doesn't have to be limited to a gender. You had a very, very early goth phase, or monochrome phase. Poor Nina. That is fascinating, though, that you just didn't like a number. Someone is knocking on my head, Ershin. I had forgotten. Ershin is no longer inside me. Thank goodness you're awake. The Imperial Army is here. They told me this is the village where the secret of summoning the dragons was kept. I come all the way out here to see for myself. And what do I find? A deserted village. Our sources told us the Yorie dragon would be here. They must have come here looking for Rupert. I wouldn't be surprised if they're after who was with him as well, including you. I had the village evacuated a while ago. They're safe. Come on, we should get out of here before they find us. Ha 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 ha! It would appear we have a problem. Well, playing Ershin now.
Hey, you there. Huh?
Ha ha ha! It appears we have been discovered. Don't worry about me. You got to get away. Run! If someone told you to escape, leaving them behind, what would you do?
What would I do? Huh? What are you talking about? Who the heck are you, anyway?
Since Ershin is no longer here, I find myself at a loss. I am unsure of what I should do.
Huh? Who cares? Get him!
Yeah, it makes sense that if you're first to do something, you're just gonna hate it. When I was a kid, I was forced to practice piano, and I didn't like it at all. I don't think my opinion has changed on that. I don't really have any interest in learning how to play a musical instrument. But I did enjoy the 1 year that I spent in marching band because it was my choice to do it. Forgive me. If it wasn't for me... I recommend grabbing onto me. I will help you escape.
Well, I'll be. Isn't that the same person who was with the dragon? I knew he was here. All of you, after that armor! Ershin, do you have any special abilities or anything? Oh, kind of suck. That's it? Alright. One enemy, dang it. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. I don't think today's stream is going to go for too much longer anyway. Well, you certainly did a lot of damage to my troops, didn't you? However, I'd be willing to forgive and forget if you might tell me where I might find your friend the dragon.
It would be prudent.
not to tell you that information. That is what Ershin says.
It doesn't really matter. Your friends can't have gotten too far. They're probably hiding around here somewhere. I could take you hostage and use you to draw them out. But I don't like the way you look, like a trash can. You won't make a very good hostage. And since I can find a dragon myself, we won't be needing you anymore. No, will we? Ta-ta. Oh no! Ershin, no! Well, that sucks. It's quiet. Too quiet. Ershin! It was the Imperial Army. They came to the village. What? You mean... What happened to the people in the village? I was able to get them to hiding before the soldiers came. But Ershin, he stayed behind to protect me. He's used up almost all of his power reserves. That's what he gets for trying to show off. Isn't there anything we can do to help him? Well, if I went back inside of him, that would give him enough energy to move around again. But there's no way you're getting me back in there. I've had enough of being entrapped inside that tin can. Does that mean Ershin will die? Die? How can he die? He's just a piece of armor. He wasn't even alive to begin with. How can you say that? How can you be so cold? Ershin is correct. I am but a suit of armor. I received my power from Ershin. I am glad I had the chance to experience life. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Ershin. Ha 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 ha. Was that an appropriate time to laugh? Bummer. Well, if the army's been here looking for us, it's probably a good idea if we hightail it out of here ourselves. Even so, I'm worried about the villagers. You mean, you think the army might do something to them? We should probably go check on them in the morning. It can't hurt, and we can leave after that. Yeah, what a bummer. Ershin, no! Good morning. Everyone should be in the abandoned village in the mountains to the north. The army commander said they were looking specifically for the Yorei dragon, even if it means leaving the villagers behind. You should make sure they don't capture you. Just be careful. No, remember to be careful. Rupert may be a dragon, but he is not whole. You cannot count on his power to save you, understand? Aw, man. Good luck. I'll stay here and wait for you to get back. Aw. Sucks. Actually, yeah, I'm going to end it here for this stream. I'm glad that we made progress. I'm glad that the stream seemed to have finally settled down. A Deus is a big meanie. It's true. And next time we're going to figure out what happened to the villagers. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.